Hi, it's Anne here, and today's video is my 7th update for my Pan That palette for 2024. So I am doing this with the Fantastic Ladies theme of fun size palette. I picked 2 eye palettes and 3 face palettes. Yes, let's go all in when we do things. I don't know what the Fantastic Ladies selection is for next year, although I think I know what I might be doing for at least eye palettes for next year. Not so sure about face palettes, if any. But anyway, the here now. We're in the here now. I did skip last month's update, not for any particular reason other than I just couldn't get good timing to film last update. So we did miss last month. We missed a couple. That's why we're a little off compared to the regular Project Pan. So starting off with the Charlotte Tilbury Luxury palette in the Dolce Vita. This is what it's looking like. So I've got there we go, that's better. I've got a really good pan in that one. The goal is to try and finish that by the end of the year. That's not gonna happen. I have been playing with this shade a lot more recently. It's definitely more of like a fall-like shade, and it's a little lighter than this one, so it's easier to kind of wear day to day. If I have a picture of that look, I will insert it at some point. I kind of want to try and get a picture of that look because I really enjoy it. I have worn it in a video, I just can't remember which one. So yeah, I have been dipping into this one, but like you can't even see there's a dip in there. The brown one, the deeper brown one does have a dip. Not sure how well that will show up. Yeah, you can sort of see it a little bit, but it's hard to see. So there's a bit of a dip in the brown. I've again kind of decided that this palette is going to say goodbye at the end of this project. Although I will admit I am enjoying the shade a little bit more than I realized, so it's quite nice. And again, I might like potentially depot these two because it would be nice to finish out that shadow. And like I said, I've kind of warmed up to this shade a little bit, and it is a little different. I have to kind of look at what I've got in my collection, but it is a little different than other shadows that I have. But yeah, like this shade drives me nuts. I don't like it at all. Definitely not worth the price for this palette. So last month this was 53.45 grams. It's now, 53? Yes, that's the right number. 53.45 grams. It's now 53.23 grams. That's a difference of 0.22 grams. I did replace the Meme Box palette with this little guy. This is a little duo. It's the cutest little thing. Like, look at it next to the Charlotte Tilbury one. How tiny it is. It is so cute. It's a little duo from Pixie. I've never seen these outside of, I got this at Winners or Marshalls 2019. Really like this. The shade's Orchid Ornament. I really actually like the lighter shade, and it's the one that like broke. That's why it was like $3. So I did repress that. Probably can't really tell, but this shade is getting used and it is starting to go down. Both shades were kind of not baked, but they had like a bit of a dome to them when I first got this palette, and I feel like that deeper purple shade is starting to flatten out. I haven't used this one a whole lot recently. I was on a good trend with it, but I feel like this past few weeks, this one really hasn't got a lot of love. It would be nice to hit pan in that lighter shade. I'm not sure how doable that is. I might try and just focus on a specific spot, which is not something I normally do, mostly just because I forget to do that. But I might try and focus on the bottom half of this and see if I can hit pan on that. It could be tight, but it is doable. I do really enjoy this palette though. It's an easy 2-shadow look, and I mix it with, I have another shade in my Project Pan that works really well with this. Again, though, I haven't really been using it, so I need to get back on the bandwagon of using this little quad just again so I can try and hit pan. This one's staying though. I love this, quad duo. I love this little duo. It's perfect. It is a bit tricky traveling because I get a little nervous with this shade, but I have traveled with it. But yeah, I really, really enjoy this thing. It's just so cute. Like, can we get more things like this? This is what I want. I love these little tiny duos. Why don't they exist? But again, like for $3. That's all I want to pay for. So last month this was 13.15 grams. It's now 13.02 grams. That's a difference of 0.13 grams. Then we have our face palettes. These are a little slow going. This one particularly I've definitely petered off of. I've been focusing on the 2 other bronzers that I have in my other projects. So I have the NARS cream bronzer in my Partners in Cream, and I have the Buxom one in my regular project pan. So I've just been kind of playing with them a little bit more, and this one I've just kind of like fallen off. It would be really nice to hit pan on, where am I going here? This larger shade right here, but I don't know. That's gonna be pretty difficult to do, but it would be nice to hit pan on that shade. So I didn't actually specify. This is the Color Workshop. So all 3 face palettes are that Color Workshop. So that really big kit that I bought ages ago. I bought in 2 kits, so I'm not sure which one it came in. But again, quality for the price has been pretty surprisingly good. So I have enjoyed using these. So this one was 22.75 grams. It's now 22.63 grams. That's a difference of 0.12 grams. The big update in this one, I'm pretty sure, because I don't think this happened before that, like in my last update, if I can get this stupid lid off, I hit pan in the blush palette. So that means that all 3 face palettes have pan. All palettes have pan except for this one, so that's pretty good. This was the one that I talked about, like, I just wanted to hit pan on it before things got a little tricky to use. Although I am wearing a little bit of these 2 blushes, not this one, not the one that is pan, but I am wearing a little bit of the 2 bigger shades together today, and it's working out quite nicely. I think I might be able to go forward with that, and maybe, I don't know if I don't even think about hitting pan, but just get more use out of this blush palette, because this one's been like the slowest going of all of the palettes. So yeah, super excited that I hit pan on that. Again, I'll have side-by-side photos of everything, but most of them are going to look pretty much the same because very slow going on all of these. But last month this was 21.38 grams. It's now an even 21 grams. That's a difference of 0.38 grams. And last up we have our highlight palette, or they call it the Illuminate palette. It would be nice to finish one of these shades. I just don't know how possible that is, but it would be really nice. I've got 2 really decent sized pans on this. I'm really happy about the size, like particularly this bottom one here. That's the one that I would like to try and finish. It's doable if I just focus on it. I'm not wearing this one. It's like, I'm trying to remember what I put on today when I got ready. But I am wearing the one in my project pan, but I did put powder over top, so kind of like dulled it down a little bit. But yeah, this one, I think I'd really like to try and finish this out. I think I'm gonna really focus on this, mixing it with a little bit of this, because I still feel like I can get away with using this one. It's a little bit deeper, but not really. Like, it's still super light, so it's still workable for me right now. So yeah, it'd be really nice to finish this out. Out of all the 3 palettes, like, I've really enjoyed this, and these 2 shades on the, like, the little shades were my favorite. So I'm not sure if I would keep this, because I really don't care for this yellow shade. The only reason why I would maybe keep this is, again, this white shade is good for blending. I do have one white shade, but it's kind of got a bluey purple tint to it, the one that's in the Carly Bible palette, whereas this one is pretty white. So for me, that's a good shade to keep, to blend. Like, I could mix these 2 together to make a shade that I would like a little bit better, because I don't really like the super goldy ones. Like, this one's okay in the summertime. It's on my ring finger there, this finger. But it's not easy for me to wear, like, outside of maybe summertime, early fall. Good progress on this, but it did slow down a little bit. Not for any reason other than I just wasn't really focusing on this project itself over the past month. So, but I mean, it's been 2 updates, so that's kind of helpful that there's still progress. So last month this was 22.85 grams. It's now 22.6 grams. So that's a difference of 0.25 grams. For all 3 of these, I've used more than a gram. The bronzer one being the most at 1.7 grams. So I feel pretty good about that. Like, they're actually much larger than I realized. They're all 5.8 grams. That's a lot of product. I was not really realizing how much was in each of these. So yeah, this project is trucking along. Still don't know how I'm gonna approach this project next year in terms of pan that palettes, but we got a few months to think about it. So anyway, if you like this update, feel free to give a little thumbs up down below. And if you haven't already, I would love it if you subscribe to my channel here in Toronto, Canada. I hope you're doing well, and I'll see you sometime soon. Bye.